All right, y'all. So I wanted to get on today to talk about something that I wanted to address real quick. Okay. Many of us are starting to walk in our purpose, our callings, and our giftings during this season of our lives, right? And as you begin to finally as you finally give God a yes, and you finally start to walk in those giftings, those callings, and your purpose, you are going to run into people sent by Satan, sent by, sent by Satan to distract you, okay, to throw you off track. Understand that Satan will use family, he'll use friends, he'll use anybody to throw you off track of what you're supposed to be doing, okay? Um, with that being said, um, there's a TikToker that I follow her and that I follow, and he's, he just, he shares the gospel daily. And so he had posted a response to a comment from one of his followers. And the comment said something along the lines of, "You think that you're better than others." And so I had originally earlier this week intended to actually speak on that very topic of when people start to tell you that you feel like you're better than them, or that you think you know everything, when you start to hear comments like this. And so I had kind of shrugged it off, and I wasn't going to actually talk about it because I just was like, I don't want to talk about that really. But when I saw this gentleman's response today, it was a confirmation for me to go ahead and talk about it, and that it needed to be addressed. And so I just want to say that when you finally give God a yes, and you begin to finally start walking in your purpose, your giftings, and your callings, you're going to piss a lot of people off along the way. It's a fact. Whatever light that's inside of you, people, a lot of times, they have a problem with that. Whatever light that's in you, it often rattles, it disrupts, and it shakes up a lot of demons and insecurities in a lot of people who, number one, probably haven't figured out their own purposes, their own giftings, or their own callings. So they have an issue with you knowing yours and walking in yours. So I want to say that to encourage somebody who's on their path to success, or whatever you're going, whatever you are doing, whatever you're working on right now, to stay focused. Don't allow the haters, naysayers, and dream slayers to disrupt the tour and distract what God is doing in your life. Don't spend any time trying to convince people what God has told you or called you to do. Don't even bother. They wouldn't understand anyway. Don't worry about who has told you that you're disqualified or you're not qualified to say certain things or be doing whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing. Don't let nobody tell you nothing of the sort. If God has called you or purposed you or gifted you to do something, do it boldly, and do it confidently, in spite of the naysayers, in spite of whoever feels that you're qualified or not qualified to be doing whatever it is that you're doing. No matter what it is that God has called you to do, there's going to be somebody that got a problem with what you do. Somebody's going to have a problem. Somebody's going to have an issue with what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you do hair, you do makeup, you do nails, you do clothes, you do whatever you do. You cook, you clean. Whatever it is that you're doing, somebody's going to have a problem with it. So don't waste any time trying to convince people what God has told you to do. In fact, don't even share. In fact, no one needs to know what God has told you or purposed you to do. If you know that you walk into your giftings, your callings, and your purpose, don't bother trying to explain to people what God has told you. A lot of times when people start to make comments like you think you better than others, or you think that you know everything, no, baby, you think I know better. You think I know more than you. No, baby, you think I'm better than you. You think that. And a lot of times The person who's saying those things, they're struggling with their own insecurities and demons inside that they don't even know what their purpose or their callings or giftings are. So they got a problem with you following yours. So you really can't expect for people. Nobody's going to expect what God has told you to do. People are not going to accept everything you do. Understand that everybody's not going to accept what you're doing. Everybody's not going to like what God has told you to do. That's okay. Everybody's not going to support what God told you to do. That's okay too. Whatever he calls you to do, do it. Walk in it boldly, walk in it confidently, and whatever issues that people have with you, tell them to take it up with your creator. Period. Tell them to take their issues up with you, with your creator. You didn't create you, he created you. So tell them to take those issues up with him. And keep moving. Don't try to waste your time explaining to people. Just don't do it. Don't explain to them what God has told you to do, what he's called you to do. And you don't need to convince anyone of how qualified you are to do what you're doing. Okay? Y'all, I just wanted to encourage you today that you are worthy, you are worth it. And whatever God is telling you to do, whatever he's called you to do, whatever he's placed inside of you to do, do it. And walk in it boldly. Don't let nobody stop you. It's time to get yourself together. It's time to start walking in our giftings, our callings, and our purposes, y'all. And do what God wants us to do. We got people to reach. Whatever it is that God has called you to do, there's somebody that needs what you're doing. Someone needs you. Somebody needs the skill that you have. Someone needs whatever it is that you're doing. Somebody needs to reach out and see you. Whatever industry that you're in or you're working in, whatever skill, gift, or craft that you have, qualification that you have, somebody needs that. Another thing I wanted to touch on and add on to, quit telling people, things like, yeah, I don't see how you can do that. I can't do that. I can't I can't wear makeup. I can't wear jewelry. I don't see how you get dressed up and dolled up. I can't do that. I can't be a stay-at-home mom. I can't let a man I can't depend on a man. I can't listen. It's always the people who can't do what you do, who don't have the skill, the qualification, the gifting, or ability to do what it is that you do, who will always have something to say about you being able to do those things. Of course, you can't fathom or understand how I'm able to do what it is that I do because you don't have the option, the skill, the gift, or the quality or ability to even be able to do those things to begin with, right? Makes much sense, right? Okay, so it's giving hater when I hear people make those sorts of comments. I can't be a stay-at-home mom. I got to get my own money. Do you have somebody around you telling you that you can stay home while you are able to look after your kids, take care of your kids, or do whatever it is else that you want to do while they cover the bills? The answer is most likely probably no. So, of course, you can't relate or comprehend. Can you do hair? Okay, so if you can't do hair, you don't have the ability to do hair, it would make much sense that you can't fathom or understand how somebody can get up and doll themselves up every day, do their hair every day, if you don't have those skills, qualifications, or giftings to do that, right? It makes much sense. Rather than hate on somebody for having a skill, gift, quality, or ability that you don't have, it would be a whole lot easier to simply ask for free game. Ask that person on game on how they are able to achieve the things that they're able to do. And you'll be surprised how many people are actually willing to share with you the knowledge that they have inside of them. So being a hater is nothing cool. Don't be a hater. You can always go to a person and ask them, hey, I'd like to learn that. How do you do that? How are you able to make that happen? I'd like to do that myself. And you'd be surprised and shocked at how many people are actually willing to share their knowledge with you on how they achieve what they achieved. Everybody's not a hater. But it's giving quite hater when you feel a need to go out of your way to try to make somebody feel small or disqualify someone or make somebody feel unworthy of whatever it is they have, they can do, or they're doing. Stop that. It's a lot easier to ask people for the knowledge of things that you don't have the knowledge about. If you'd like to learn something from somebody, we can all learn from each other. We can all learn from each other. We are here to teach. The Bible says iron sharpens iron. So I can learn something from you. You can learn something from me. We can learn something from each other. You know, that's the way it should be. But it should never be a thing where we feel like, oh, you think you know everything. Oh, you think you better than me. Oh, we should never feel that way, because that's now coming into a place of insecurity. And we don't want to project our insecurities on other people. If you insecure about something, you struggling with insecurities inside, pray and ask God to help you to overcome that. Pray and ask God to show you what your skills, abilities, giftings, purposes, callings, and qualifications are. Your abilities are your personal thing. What's inside of you? What does He want for you to do? And ask Him to highlight those things inside of you and show you what it is that you can do great. So that way you don't have to be bothered by anyone else's gifts. We all have our own, so there's no need to be insecure of anybody else's. There's no need to try to tear anybody else down for knowing something or having a skill or being knowledgeable about something that you don't have the knowledge about. Just learn. Learn from the person. There's nothing wrong with somebody knowing something that you don't know. Hey, that's a nice thing. I didn't know that. Okay, cool. Great. We don't all know everything. We don't. That's a fact. But when you feel a need to go out of your way to try to, make someone feel small, to try to tear someone down, to try to devalue someone, to try to, make somebody feel as if they're inadequate by pointing out that, oh, you don't know everything, there's really no need to even say that, because we all know that that's a fact, that none of us know everything, right? Right. God didn't give us the ability to know everything. He gave none of us that ability. So, y'all, be the iron that sharpens someone else's iron, is all that I'm trying to say. All right. Let's love on each other. Let's be kind to one another. Let's help one another. If you can help me in some way, great. I'm open. I'm open to learn. If I can help you in some way, I hope that I can be of help to you in some way, and you can learn something from me too. So let's all learn something from one another, and let's not try to tear each other down. Let's try to build each other up. Okay. You struggling with your gifts and callings, pray and ask God to show you what yours are, and to reveal those things to you so that you can walk in your purpose, because we all have something great to be doing here on this earth. We have people to reach, and God has great things in store for every last one of us. Okay. So thanks for tuning in. I'll be coming with the podcast very soon. Convos with Key. I'm also a certified life and relationship coach. So if you need coaching or advice, or a little bit of guidance in your relationship, I am here for you. I am honest. I am straightforward. I'm blunt, and I ain't sugarcoating nothing. I ain't about to tell you anything. I'm not feeding you any ear candy. So if you want somebody that's going to feed you ear candy, I'm not the person for the job. So, I'm not for everybody, and I'm okay with that. And, but I'm for somebody. So, if you want somebody that's going to be honest with you, that's going to be, genuine, sincere, truthful, and honest, somebody that's real with you, I'm your girl. Okay. You can, contact me at askkey954@gmail.com. That's ASKKEE954@gmail.com. And I'll maybe coming on. I'll be doing more videos. I'll be doing more videos. I haven't quite decided. I think I may do a little bit of both with my podcast. I may do a little bit of both, but yeah, I'm just getting things pulled together right now, so bear with me. All right, y'all. So have a blessed, beautiful day, guys, and talk to you later.